Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. Play 442 picks for your chance to win up to $250,000. Make your EPL picks and play for free at 442picks.ca. It's Friday, it's Room 442 once again. Sara over there.
Yeah.
I'm James Sharman.
Back in the studio.
Back in the old where it all began.
Where it all began.
Studio One.
There you go.
Halcyon days. The memories. I got that kind of like that fuzzy kind of feeling, you know, when you think back at Christmas as a kid. It's how I feel when I step back into the studio.
Good.
It's nice.
It is.
Times when, you know, Man City was winning championships.
Oh, yeah.
Bayern Munich was winning championships, and Real Madrid, yeah. So nothing's really changed.
Nothing's changed.
No, it's all
has
bloody
it?
same. It's all the same. It's all the same. 3 blocks today. Talk about football.
Yeah.
We'll do some 442picks.ca later in the show. Mm-hmm. We'll rank the weekend games, of which there are some beautiful games as well.
Great weekend for footy. Yeah.
That's in block 2, but block 1, of course, it's Friday, is the big question. You got a couple of big questions, right?
Oh, yeah.
I got a couple of big questions. How about you? You open proceedings here. What's your big question entering this weekend's football?
I think we have to start with Manchester United and Andre Onana after that abysmal match he had against Galatasaray. Midweek Champions League, by the way, this week was top notch. Great. When it comes down to the end of the match day 5, match day 6, the drama is great, especially as a neutral fan. If it's not your team, you're loving it. But my question is, they got to play Newcastle this weekend, and that is no joke. And we'll get into that match shortly. But is Andre Onana gonna be the number 1 keeper at Manchester United come January transfer window?
Because I think he has to be, doesn't he?
Well, I don't know anymore, because it's getting to a point now where he is single-handedly costing games for this side. No, don't get me wrong. We know Manchester United, their defense hasn't been great. A lot of players in the midfield up front with scoring goals. There's no consistency. But these mistakes he's making as a keeper, you have a 1, a 2 maybe, but now we're talking 5, 6, 7. And it could cost Erik ten Hag his job. It's at that level. So I'm curious to see, potentially, do we see a loan deal?
I wonder. I mean, it's a great point, because we're at a point now with Onana where I expect him to make a mistake.
So that's how you should be looking at a keeper.
And it seems that his defenders probably feel the same way, and he expects them to make mistakes too, right? Because these aren't just average errors; these are glaring errors. And this is a guy that was really good last year, but had his moments. Sure. Right? When he's bad, he's really bad. When he's good, he's really good. But Erik ten Hag backs him still. Yeah. And as long as Erik ten Hag's there, I think he'll be his number 1. Although my sources in Turkey tell me that the backup, Altay Bayındır,
who's he?
I'm sure I'm butchering that name. He's the backup. He's number 2 at United.
At United? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he's really good.
Okay.
And,
so give him a go.
Yeah, why not give him a go?
What are you losing at this point is what I'm wondering.
If you drop Onana now, what are you doing to his self-confidence? At the same point, you have to win games,
does he have,
right?
though, right?
It's a results business, as the old cliche says. So, but yeah, when he keeps making these calamitous errors, you got to do something, I suppose, and maybe give him a couple of weeks off. Let him, recharge.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror, I don't know, go down to his basement in a darkened room and just get a bottle of whiskey and just contemplate life. That's for scary. An hour or so, or 2 hours, or a day, maybe a week. Something's got to change, right? I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, but listen, you're also a professional football player. Like, this is what you have to do. And so it gets to a point where it's like, I don't want him to be, really destroyed. I think more so by people like us and the media. But as a professional, like, you're not playing well. You're making mistakes, and with the amount of money that you're getting paid, and there's only so many of you in the world. Like, you cannot be doing this stuff,
because you are replaceable.
That's the thing, you are, and there's a certain gentleman over at Arsenal potentially.
Prime example, right? Oh, you're saying they might go after Ramsdale?
Could you imagine? I mean, there's also a Spanish goalkeeper that is a free agent.
David De Gea?
Comeback season?
Would he be any worse than Onana at this point?
No, there's no way. David De Gea at least has the experience. And when David De Gea plays well, he does play really well. He was just like, it was either on or it was off.
His first year at United, he was terrible as well.
But he brought back...
And he became the best goalkeeper in the world.
Exactly. But even, I was talking to someone about this last week. Even last year, when David De Gea was the main guy in between the sticks for Manchester United, he made a ton of mistakes that cost Manchester United, but he also kept them in the game.
He won games.
He won games for them.
There's that stat, I forget the stat. and it's basically how many games has a goalkeeper won you.
Yeah.
I forget. At the time, he was by far and away number one. He was making these breathtaking saves, and then back would go United the other way and scoring goals. So yeah, it's interesting, right? I mean, what is he waiting for, De Gea? He was apparently offered a job in Saudi Arabia at Al Nasser a couple of weeks ago now. Big money. He turned it down.
Maybe he doesn't want to sell out.
Yeah, maybe he's got morals.
Yeah, well,
maybe
also,
that's what it is.
like,
Or he's waiting for a job.
That's what I'm thinking. Do you think he would ever go back to Manchester United? Surely not, right?
No, it seems like him and Ten Hag. Well, it depends. Ten Hag gets canned. New ownership.
Yeah,
Because it
when
didn't
is
end
Jim
well,
Ratcliffe
right?
coming in?
I don't know.
We I feel like
waiting.
every
Jesus
week we're like,
Christ.
well, Jim Ratcliffe will be in.
I know. I've done scripts. I've written stories about this happening. We're still waiting for it to happen. It could be any time, I suppose.
Is it the New Year? Is it supposed to be before
Is that what it was supposed to be last week and the week before?
So what is he waiting for?
I guess when you're making $1.6 billion purchases, it's not like going out to Loblaws and buying a carton of eggs.
I guess
It
not.
takes a while.
I guess not.
Although the cost of eggs at Loblaws nowadays.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, not 1.6 billion though. But there'd be a lot of eggs for that.
What's your big question?
Okay, here's one for you. Can Mo Salah hit his 200th goal for Liverpool and his 150th goal for Liverpool in the Premier League this weekend? He's won away both of them. So 200 overall for Liverpool
You guys are playing
and
Fulham?
150 in the league. Yeah.
Yeah, at Anfield.
Yeah. What
Say
a
less.
moment it could be for him.
For sure.
What a moment. And Mo Salah is just a joy for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Even United fans and City fans and Everton fans don't hate Mo Salah.
Who hates Mo Salah? How could you?
He's such a lovely guy.
Yeah.
He's got that, even the hair alone makes him likable, right?
yeah.
He's smiling, the way he jinks and dinks, he's just a freaking joy to watch. And it got me thinking, where does he rate, do you think, all time in the Premier League as far as an attacking player?
I like this question because I was thinking about this recently, that Mo Salah is still underrated even though he gets a lot of love. I don't think people realize what he's doing, especially in recent seasons with Erling Haaland and what he's been doing. Like every game he's breaking a crazy record for something. But I think because of that, people forget what Mo Salah has been able to do since 2016, 2017?
Yeah, around there, right?
So it's been 6 years at
When
Liverpool
did he
now.
arrive? Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, because he was he Chelsea, then Rome, and then he came to Liverpool. I think it was 2017. But
I think you're right.
the thing is he's been immense for that side. He's won Premier League. He's won the Champions League. Top scorer. Like, I just think...
2017.
There you go. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think he is up there. What was your question? Top...
Where does he rate? Like, look at the great attacking players in the history of the Premier League.
He's one of them. He's top
So you
10
got
for sure.
Thierry Henry, you got Alan Shearer,
Yeah.
Kun Aguero, there's others I'm missing, Wayne Rooney, so many great, Robin Van Persie, Van Nistelrooy. He's right up there
I
for
think
me.
he's in the top 10.
Yeah?
I think so.
I think
100%. I think he's just been in an era of football where there have been so many... Well, when the Premier League kind of came back to life, because Liverpool came back, City came back, United didn't, Chelsea did. They won... We're random UCL, that one.
I know what the
Horrendous.
Di Matteo one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's... The Premier League kind of...
Well, once Barcelona declined.
That's exactly, like, it was like Spanish
Spain,
football.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's not his fault, but there were so many good players and good teams kind of on the come up that I think it was hard to just hone in on this one player. But he's fantastic, and I completely agree. Like, he's so likable, and I really like when you see him celebrating and he just has like the smile and he's like running to, like, I love that.
He's so lovely. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. I wrote about him actually today, and about the uncomfortable conversation fans will have themselves next few months with the Saudi offer looming, right? The window's in January. He's not going to be leaving in January, I don't think, but next summer. And how hard it's going to be to admit to ourselves that, yeah, it's time that Mo left. We don't want him to leave, but it just makes business sense.
I don't
The
want him
amount
to
of
go to
money.
the Saudi league,
But he's going to go.
That's
I mean, listen, I say he's going to go. I don't know that. He's a Muslim footballer
Yeah.
going to a Muslim country. The power that brings is just enormous. Which
Yeah,
is why
he
they
would
want
be
to
the
pay
poster
it.
boy for
He would
sure.
be the poster
But
boy, yeah.
like, he's so good that he could still go to a mid-level Premier League team, a La Liga team, back to the Serie A.
But but the only reason he'd leave is because the money
I
that Liverpool could get
understand.
for him,
I just
right?
I hate that because I feel like we're seeing careers get cut short because listen, we're well into the season now, right? 4 months in. Have you watched any of the Saudi League? Because
No.
I sure haven't.
No.
Even though Ronaldo and co have all gone there, younger guys that we were talking about, we're not watching them. Like, their careers, in my eyes, have kind of just come to a halt. And when I see it with Ronaldo's different, right? He's obviously older, he's at the end of his career, but these younger players that you're kind of like, what are you doing? Like,
It's sad, isn't it? You look at El Atifak, right?
Oh, your favorite.
My favorite, yeah, my favorite. Right? But I read a story about them this past week. Steven Gerrard's team, Jordan
Yeah.
Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum. They played in front of 12,000 fans last week because they're playing the champions. Generally speaking, they're playing in front of 700 fans a match. 700.
Isn't that just embarrassing? Like,
Yeah,
TFC
it is.
pulling out
I'm
more
not-
fans.
yeah, exactly. York United.
Yeah,
It's pulling in more
that's
fans.
insane.
Now, I'm not criticizing the Saudi League for that because this is a big project, big term
Mm-hmm.
project, right? It's really the first couple of years it's doing anything, right? But it's for these players to move and, like you said, disappear, right? In front of 700 fans, they are literally disappearing.
Yeah, that's what. No, I completely agree.
Unless, of course, their international manager keeps picking them for whatever reason. Gareth Southgate, Jordan Henderson. But, yeah, it's sad, but I don't see an end to it.
Did we not figure out that someone was going to sign the Saudi League to the viewing rights? Was that something that happened a couple weeks ago?
There's been a few deals. Who was it, though?
Was it DAZN?
It may have been DAZN, yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, if they have the ability to watch, if fans have the ability to watch it, will that change? Because right now, you can't find that anywhere. But I'm still thinking, like, there's no way I'm waking up on I don't even know what time they play.
care.
This is how much I don't know. Do they play on, like, Saturdays at, like, 10, like the Prem here?
You're asking the wrong person.
Oh, we are the worst, aren't we?
Okay, so DAZN acquired the international rights to broadcast the Saudi Women's Premier League. Okay, the Women's Premier League. Who's playing in that?
I don't know.
I'm not making light of this, but
I have no clue.
yeah. I mean, I guess they're trying to show themselves as, listen, we are actually moving in the right direction.
Can you imagine going to the Women's Saudi League? Yeah,
Who's playing in that?
no one. You can't.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I mean, there must be Saudi footballers, right?
Yeah.
I don't wait.
Do they have to wear a hijab when they play?
I would think so.
If they are Saudi or Muslim?
It's a very good question. I would think so. Overall, Saudi Arabia's professional football league is broadcast. They've sold their rights to 12 different networks, coverage in 130 countries. So there you have it. Canal Plus, DAZN.
There you go.
Italy's La 7. That's Spanish sports site Marca.
Okay.
So yeah, they have deals. But I was going through all the squads, right? Because we keep.
Yeah, I'm looking at them now.
Yeah, they're not the squads. There's 3 or 4 recognizable names on most teams.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, there's a whole whack of local-born players.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. There's quotas, right? So it's not quite as we've made it out to be. It's just the names are such big names. They make a lot of noise.
Well, to put this into perspective, Al Nassr, Ronaldo's team, played Persepolis, which is the biggest team in Iran. They have a huge history being Persian. Like, I've known about this team forever. They're not comparable to anyone in Europe for sure. But in Asia, they are a very well-known team. Okay, Al Nassr go and play Persepolis, 0-0. Ronaldo's on the bench. Ronaldo plays. Sadio Mane plays. Otavio plays. Aymeric Laporte plays. I'm not saying that they should have steamrolled these guys because the Persepolis is a good team, but I'm still saying it's not enough.
No.
And this whole thing where UEFA is trying to bring Al Nassr into the Champions League next year, good luck.
Well, who would vote for that?
Good luck.
Out of the-
Porto's going to kick your guys' butts.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's ludicrous, but I understand why the Saudis want it, but I just don't know who in the current UEFA structure would agree to it because that's taking spots away from them.
Yeah.
And guess what? Saudi Arabia's not in Europe.
No, it's not. No.
So how does it even work? Anyway, listen, let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
And we'll rank the weekend games when we come back.
Class.
And there are some beauties, all right? So this is Room 442. Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. Play 442 picks for your chance to win up to $250,000. Make your EPL picks and play for free at 442picks.ca. Welcome back to Room 442. Sarah's prepared for this. She's been working on this for hours and hours, ranking the Premier League games.
Yes.
And like we said before, there are some beauts. The games are in any particular order: Arsenal, Wolves, Brentford, Luton, Burnley, Sheffield United, Nottingham Forest, Everton, Newcastle, Manchester United, Bournemouth, Villa, Chelsea, Brighton, Liverpool, Fulham, West Ham, Crystal Palace, and Manchester City against Spurs. What is the least watchable game for you this weekend, Sarah?
Okay, so I have that. I have 1, 2, 3, and 10 so far. It has to be Burnley Sheffield.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no doubt, right? Burnley. I mean, I don't know who you're taking in this game, but in terms of 4-4-2 picks, but Burnley haven't won a game at home.
I know, and that's why I picked them.
You think it's time? See, I went with
time.
Sheffield because I was thinking, like Sheffield, they're coming off a bit of some groovy football lately. Maybe they can keep it going, but
they've come close, Burnley, right? But they've blown it late in games.
Yeah,
both teams are going down.
This though is a match in the championship last season that was
beautiful,
spectacular.
Marquee
I think they
matchup.
both, and both of them I think won like against each other once. So like I mean they both need to win here. It is do or die for both sides. But could that also mean that it could just be like a 1-1 because they're both going to go after? I really don't know, but yeah, no, this one is it's not up to par with the rest, you can say.
Yep, I guess you could frame it as a relegation battle.
It is,
but they're both going
shame.
down, so yeah.
All
right,
boys.
number 9. I have Forest Everton at number 9. I know there's the noise around Everton. I know Forest can play some nice football, but it's not that appealing to me. It's kind of a bleh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Okay.
Everton. Yeah, I mean Everton can't score a goal to save their lives right now.
I mean they're a decent team. They're not going to go down. I saw today there's a chance of another point deduction, but there's also a chance the current one will be repealed and they'll lose less than 10 points.
Oh, like give them a break. I saw City are finally going to get
finally. God knows when
next
though.
fall
Sometime,
though. Let them win everything again.
Yeah,
crazy.
They won 10 trophies since that probe started.
That's
10
insane.
trophies.
That's insane. Okay, Brentford, Luton, number 8.
I have West Ham Palace.
See, you know what it is about this game is that I think it's going to be really evenly matched. This one was one of the games when I was doing my picks that I couldn't figure out who was going to win. I don't necessarily think it's going to be great football. We have to remember West Ham also coming off of Europa League football. So, like, I think Crystal Palace could actually get an away win here. But I don't know. I think
I'll go with you, Brentford Luton. I'm happy to. Simply because my notes for this are simply Rob Edwards and Thomas Frank are both really interesting managers. And if that's the reason, then... And listen, Luton, they got a win last week. They're slowly climbing out of the relegation
zone. Brentford are also
good.
getting into their groove.
Yeah,
they're back now,
are.
I think. And Brentford at home, come on.
Yeah, exactly. So I have Brentford there.
So we'll go there 8, and then we'll go West Ham.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Mid-table clash. It's like
it is a mid-table clash, but yeah, it is. It's a weird one to pick, anyways.
It is. All right, that gets interesting now.
So surely it has to be Bournemouth and Aston Villa.
See.
Or okay, no. Hold on here. Sorry,
I have Arsenal Wolves.
Yeah. You know what though? Something about I think Arsenal's going to win. They're at home.
So do I.
But I could also see Wolves somehow getting a result here. Like Arsenal, you know what though? Arsenal coming off that they finally made round of 16 after what? Since 2017? That's got to be
They're not the same flair team they were though, right? Because they're playing differently. They're playing, listen, they could win the championship. They're a fantastic team. But they're not they've had to be a bit more conservative the way they play. So it's not the old Arsenal where I have to watch these guys every week. And Wolves, okay, I'm kind of intrigued by their VAR journey. Yeah. They've been screwed over so much this year.
Just the worst.
Which makes it a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that Monday penalty is just ludicrous.
Incredible.
How that can mean a couple that's won the Champions League too, right? But so I had them at 6, and I had
but why would you put Villa and Bournemouth over? Villa's a great team, but I think Villa are just going to smash Bournemouth. Not smash
Bournemouth's
per
won
se.
2 of the past 3.
Yeah,
Iarola's got it figured out, man.
This is Unai. Aren't Villa in like 4th?
But they don't play the best. Yeah, they are. They're brilliant. I've got them to win this game.
It's like
but it could be a good
4th
game.
Team versus what, the 16th?
Iriola against Unai.
Yeah.
Spanish derby.
Perfect. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
2 teams that play nice football.
Yeah.
And I just love Villa. And listen, they're on the road where they haven't been great, I don't think. They've won 9 of the past 11 overall. They're on fire. They're going to win this game. I don't know. Listen, I'm probably doing a disservice to Arsenal.
Okay, wait. Why do you have those games over Liverpool and Fulham? Because that to me seems like
Salah, just because I want to see Salah reach those 2 milestones. It's a selfish, one-eyed, blinkered fan
That's fine.
angle.
Yeah, okay. Because I think that one's going to be
I'm happy to switch Arsenal, Wolves, and Bournemouth.
Okay, so but Bournemouth at 6.
Sure, I'm fine with that.
Arsenal 5, and then surely Liverpool,
then I
Fulham.
Yeah.
Which, yes,
exactly.
for the Mo Salah aspect, I can completely understand that. Besides that, standard Liverpool win. They had a really rotated squad in their Europa League match, so I think
they still played Salah. Still played.
They
scored.
yeah, but some in the middle. Like I think it was good for Cody Gakpo to get up there too.
Yeah, scored a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Really good for him.
Yeah.
I want to see him play more minutes. I like Cody Gakpo a lot. Okay,
Okay,
we've
so
got
I'm
Newcastle
curious
United.
now. I have
we've got
my 1,
Chelsea
2, 3.
Brighton, and we got City against Spurs.
Okay, so you tell me what your number 3 is.
Okay, I have Chelsea Brighton at 3.
Okay.
The Graham Potter derby.
I have Manchester City Tottenham, and the reason I have that is because Tottenham right now they can't defend. They have no one left. Emerson Royale is not your guy. I think City are actually gonna get at least
them, right?
2 goals.
Well, last weekend they played 2 fullbacks at centre back, right? Ben Davies and Emerson Royale. It's not
Tottenham's fault.
it's not.
But the
Just,
thing is, with a team like City and Erling Haaland just cannot be stopped. Julian Alvarez.
did you see Foden this week?
Incredible.
He has taken a step up.
He really
which
has.
I didn't know was
Jack
possible.
Grealish, you're on the bench.
Yeah,
It's Foden
Doku,
time.
of course, is going to owns that spot as well, right?
Jeremy Doku also, he's going to come in and just start doing the dance. But I
Spurs
think
lose Bentancur again as well. He's just got back.
he literally got back and now it's bad. Listen, I want to emphasize, it's not on Spurs. It's not on Postecoglou. But I just think because of everything Spurs have going on injury-wise, I think this game is going to be a City steamroll. Whereas Chelsea and Brighton, we cannot pick this one. I think Brighton can win this game. But that being said, if Chelsea lose this game, especially at home, is Poch out? When will that be the deciding factor?
No.
They need to win, though.
No, they do. But I can't imagine they hired him without having this project laid out for both of them and saying, listen, this is going to be a long build. What you're making me do, sign all these young players, no experience, and so many, so shifting the score, this won't happen overnight. The ownership have to understand that this will happen eventually. He will get it sorted out, but it won't be a third of the way into the season.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. But it is Chelsea. It is Todd Bowley. I'm not quite sure what he is as an owner. He's ambitious. He does things his own way. Is he patient? That's a question. We're about to find out, right? But I just think that would be... I think he's safe. But, Cucurella, Caicedo, all these former Brighton players, it makes it really interesting, doesn't it?
That's why I'm saying that should be more exciting than Manchester City Tottenham.
Yeah, I'll put it as 2.
Yeah. So City City-Tottenham 3, that as 2.
Although seeing Ange and Pep is pretty cool.
It's going to be great, but I wish it was a full... a healthy full Tottenham squad.
Yes.
Because we're getting robbed here as football fans.
No, we are because it could have been a title decider. Who knows?
Yeah, no, it could
Albert
be.
Vitanian, who, if he's listening,
he's gonna be
crushed right now with the
wetting
injuries.
his
What
bed the
happened?
night
What happened? Yeah. I mean, listen, we discussed before Pep post-match, pre-match Pep.
Yeah.
He's actually already been saying how great Ange is and what he's bringing to the game. So I can see them being good mates.
No, I think so too. I think we saw a lot of respect. We talked about last weekend, City Liverpool.
Yep.
I think we'll see it again here.
Newcastle United though, that's the one, right? That's
to
number
be.
one.
The storylines are endless. Listen, to be quite frank, Newcastle was robbed of a win midweek against PSG. That was horrendous.
Ludicrous handball call.
What are we I don't even have words because I was like, but surely it went off the body, then the arm, and that's the rule.
Which could still be, because the UEFA rules are different to the Premier League rules, which is so stupid for the handball.
The
rule.
consistency is not there, But listen, Newcastle played really well. They got robbed, but I think they're going to take that. They smashed Chelsea last week, even with their injuries. Now they have players coming back in. Newcastle, I think, are going to be all over United, but United also kind of getting into a groove. We know they can score. Garnacho 2-2, that's great for him. Bruno Fernandes, that strike, to be fair, against Galatasaray was chef's kiss. But we know that even if they go up 1 goal, 2 goal at St. James's, no one's safe. And that's what I've realized about Manchester United, that there is no security. Even if they were winning 3-0, I would still think there's a chance.
Oh, yeah.
There is a chance. There is
As we discussed earlier.
Exactly.
Right.
So, I mean, this one is crazy. Newcastle, I think they're going to get the win, but
like you said before, it's these days after European football, which
and
is
they
also
both
for United too.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell, but Newcastle's a legitimately good team.
Oh, they're great.
And they're getting better and better. I think they're going to be quids in. They're going to win this one. I haven't seen the odds for this one. I'm assuming are they big favourites?
Let's check it out. North Star bets, people. Yeah, no, but curious to see how Onana's going to bounce back because he's obviously been put through the ringer after that game against Galatasaray.
Yeah.
He's probably just feeling...
Crapping himself.
Yeah, I mean, I would be too, right? You can't not.
All right, we've got these
Yeah,
odds
sorry, the internet's miserable.
here. No, it is very slow. Hey, bear with me here. I'm going to dig it out. This is quality podcasting right now.
Yeah, I mean... This is what we do. This is what we do, guys.
EPL. Okay, here we go. So Newcastle against minus 110. So actually, I mean they're favourites, but not huge
What's United?
Favourites. Plus 290.
Plus 2. Wow. Minus 110. Okay. So as it stands, Newcastle is in 7th. United are in 6th. They're separated by all of 1 point. So, I mean, it could be a really interesting weekend. If Newcastle wins, they could jump up to be in 5th place with Spurs. If Spurs lose to City, Brighton could also jump over Man United if they beat Chelsea. Like, it's that kind of just below European contention. So it's very exciting.
There we have it then. Want to go over the top 10 here?
Yes, please.
Worst match to watch this weekend. Burnley against Sheffield United. Forest Everton, number 9. At 8, we have Brentford Luton. Number 7. Sees West Ham up against Crystal Palace in that mid-table muck. 6, Bournemouth Villa. 5, Arsenal Wolves, bit contentious perhaps. At 4, we have Liverpool Fulham. 3 is City Spurs. 2 is Chelsea Brighton. And 1 is Newcastle Manchester United. All right, when we come back, 442picks.ca. Can we get back on the wagon, Sarah? That's the question. We're going to find out right after this. Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. Play 442 picks for your chance to win up to $250,000. Make your EPL picks and play for free at 442picks.ca. It's Friday. It's time for 442picks.ca. Free to subscribe and lots of money available. James Sharman here with Sarah Pararia. Sarah, man, again, we keep saying it each week. Wow, great games, but tough ones to pick. And once again, here we are. Which one are you focusing on?
Well, I was going to choose Chelsea and Brighton, and then I realized I will never go near Chelsea again, clearly. So I've gone with Man United and Newcastle, probably one of the biggest matches of the weekend, and I'm taking Newcastle at St. James's. Listen, I know United can score. We've seen that of late, but I don't trust this team whatsoever. We saw that even with a 2-goal lead against Galatasaray, United can still concede goals. Andre Onana is shaking in his boots right now. He's not looking good whatsoever. And it seems like it doesn't matter. Yeah, if they score goals, you still have a chance to come back. If Newcastle goes down 2, like I mentioned before, don't worry. You could probably still come back. And that at St. James's Park, after that terrible, terrible draw to PSG that they were robbed of in the midweek, Newcastle is going to be fiery.
It's amazing how we're talking about Newcastle being robbed against PSG and they drew the match. I mean, rewind a couple of years until Geordie fans they would have taken it. Like, PSG, Champions League, what? We got a draw?
Exactly.
Amazing. I'm going to focus on Aston Villa against Bournemouth. Villa up to 4th in the table. They've won 9 of the past 11 games. They are legitimately a Champions League contending force this year. Bournemouth are playing better as well. Won 3 of the past 4 games. Listen, I like Spanish managers. They coach good football. Iraola against Unai Emery. Yeah. Iraola is finally getting Bournemouth playing the way we thought they could play. It could be a really good match. Villa will take it. I'm taking Villa for the 3 points, even though they're on the road. But this could be one of the games of the weekend. 442picks.ca. That is your destination. As mentioned, free to play and loads of money on offer. Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. Play 442 picks for your chance to win up to $250,000. Make your EPL picks and play for free at 442picks.ca.